What's going on, guys? This is Burrs here to talk to you today about challenge targets. Well, targets. This is one of their AR500 plates and stands that they are selling, and I really like this. You know, I got it probably about 2 months ago, and this is way better for me rather than getting, you know, like paper targets that you constantly got to put up, or that, you know, they have those targets that show where you hit that are like stickers. You know, just buying paper targets over your lifetime is going to be expensive. With this, you get a audible noise that you've hit the target and a long time for use. Now, my use, I've noticed that with my AK-74 rounds, which are the 7N6 surplus Soviet rounds, they actually do have a steel penetrator in them. So it does get kind of dinged up from time to time with those rounds, but with 9mm, 45, 40, those are the ones we've used on it so far. No problems whatsoever in the department of actually having a problem. You know, there's no indentations really of any sort. The only ones on it that are indented are the ones with the steel penetrator. And even so, I've put a lot of those through this, and it still is in really good shape. Now what I do, this is an AR500 plate. Now what I do is I actually just spray it down with some spray paint before I come out to the range. You can spray it down during the range if you're kind of missing where you're shooting and hitting. Just spray it down with some spray paint so you can tell again where you're hitting the target. So let's take a closer look at this. 2x4, like so. And then on the back here, you can see that it has a 2x4 kind of bracket here with the springs to kind of give it some shock absorption of the rounds. The rounds basically just implode or explode on impact, but you also want to have it on a slight angle so that just in case the fragments and all that, you want them to come at an angle into the ground, not back at you. And then you have a 2x4, which you're going to have to supply yourself, so you're going to have to go ahead and get a 2x4 for yourself, and you can put it at any height that you want. I have it relatively low because we don't have a high dirt mound berm, whatever you want to call it, here at my range, so we keep it kind of, you know, around the midsection. So then we come down here to the bottom where you can adjust the angle. Now you can adjust the angle pretty far. You can actually also make it so that when you shoot it, it goes down. So you get a visual and audible that you shot the target. I'm not a big fan of that because then you gotta constantly keep going down, moving it back up, down, moving it back up. And you can adjust it so you shoot it 2-3 times, it'll go down, not just once. I'm just not a fan of that feature. So we come down to the bottom here, very stout with the legs on this. There's a piece that I didn't put on here when I originally did it, but it hasn't made a difference at all in shooting. It's just makes it a little more secure. But these are really great brackets, you know. But these are really great legs as far as, you know, looking sexy. They definitely get the job done in that department. You know, all the hardware is supplied with this, and you're gonna get a target that's gonna last you a really long time. Now on the back here is where you're going to tighten down your 2x4. So you can tighten it down as far as you want and all that. Over here is where you're going to adjust it and maybe take the screw out if you just want it to fall back. So as far as the construction, I'm really impressed with the construction. It's a good you know, good piece of gear to have if you're coming down to the range. And then all you do is you just slide this over the top here, and you're good to go. So as you can see, there's really no indentation marks on it. What you're seeing there is actually just the removal of paint from shooting it, and you know, this does a really great job. It's my favorite piece of range gear that I've bought probably in the last 2-3 years. I've used these challenge targets before, most notably and recently at Rich Graham's training class, the Trident Tactical Home Defense class, where he had about 10 or 12 of these he was using for the students that we were using, and they did the exact same thing. They were durable. They, you know, they were audible, so you could hear when you were hitting the target, and through spray painting them throughout the day, you could see where you were hitting the target as well. So if you're looking for a long time investment, I know it's not going to be like you can go buy $20 worth of paper targets. You know, you're going to have to put out some money, probably about between $100 and $200-ish dollars for this target, or any other ones on there. They have a lot cheaper ones, you know, around 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch circular ones that are, I think, under $100. So if you're looking to get into that game, you'd easily do that and get a long time investment for a target. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know. If you have some challenge targets, put a video response down there. Until next time, later. And I've used these challenge trucks